Hi, this is Jack Godfrey, and this is Beginner Qigong. And today we're going to be doing the Golden Chi Ball series, but I want to talk a little bit about the number of repetitions we do of each particular movement. In the Golden Chi Ball series, the 8 Hearts, 9 Gates, also known as the Golden Chi, also known as 8 Pieces of Brocade, and there's the Dao Yin series as well. So with all of these, we repeat the movements, and we do it to the breath. So you inhale, and then when you hear the ding, you exhale. And so that's a 4-second inhale, a 4-second exhale, as you do each piece of a particular movement. Now, one of the things I was talking to my teacher about recently is how many repetitions should we do? And the answer was 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 repetitions, depending on how much time you had available to work through the entire series. So, if you'll pardon the pun, I thought that was odd. And so I asked him, why the odd number of repetitions? And he said, well, think of it as a teeter-totter. What we're working on doing here is getting the chi moving throughout the body. So if we do an even number of repetitions, let's say 4, we have 2 bags on one end of the teeter-totter, and we have 2 bags on the other end. So things are nice and balanced, and no movement is happening. It says that if we were to do 5 movements of a particular, or 5 repetitions of a particular movement, well then the teeter-totter would be unbalanced, and there would be movement from one side to the other. So that was the reasoning he used for going 5 times instead of 4 times. So when you're planning your Qigong practice for the morning, the afternoon, the evening, think about how much time you have available and how many repetitions you would like to do. In my case, I aim for the 9 if I have lots of time. If not, I try for 5. So let me know in the comments how many you typically do, how many repetitions you do of each of these movements. Now, I also teach this class 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So on Monday, it's Intermediate Qigong. On Wednesday, today, we do Beginner Qigong, focusing on the Golden Chi Ball. And on Friday, we do Beginner Qigong, focusing on the 8 Pieces of Brocade. On Saturday, I offer a live Zoom class at 9 a.m. Atlantic time. If you'd like to take part in that class, send an email to jack.godfrey49@gmail.com, and I'll add you to the list. And now, on with the practice. So today we're into the early summertime. We're a little bit early for that, I know, but it's only a short time period. So we're going to be doing the summertime, the early. So today we're going to start with the standing posture, which is embracing the heart. So we begin with, as always, starting with our foundation, getting our feet set up the way they need to be. So you want to have the feet parallel to each other and about hip width apart. The one method to find out if the feet are in the right place is to lift the toes, lift the heel, pivot on the ball joint of the foot, bring the heel down. It should just about touch the other foot. You can have a little overlap. It can be on top of the foot, or you can have a little space in there. Adjust it as you feel appropriate. Lift the heel, lift the toe again, and then swing back on the ball joint, put the foot down, and that's the spacing that we're looking for between our feet. I call this a narrow stance. Some people call it standing in Wuji. You can call it whatever you wish. And from here, we come on to the small triangle. And then we move back into the large triangle. So inhale, we come onto the small triangle, and exhale, we come back to large triangle. Now come to the center, so equal weight between heels and toes. Pull the belly button in. Grab the hips with the thumbs to the back. Push down with the thumbs, draw the tailbone into the body. Lift the ribs, keeping the belly button pulled in. Now bring the hands up so they're about elbow height. Turn them out to the side and bring the elbows back towards each other behind the body. This opens up the top of the chest. We lift the chin. We gaze to the horizon. Lift the top of the head to the heavens. And now we move into the standing posture, having established our foundation. Bring the hands up in front of the upper chest, the palms facing towards the body, and the fingers pointing at each other. And moving to the breath, to the bell. Inhale, we drift forward. Exhale, we drift back. Inhale, we look to the distance. And exhale, we come on back. Inhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we drift forward onto the small triangle. Exhale, we drift back onto the large triangle. So we'll do one more cycle. Last inhale. Last exhale. We'll let the arms come down. And now we're going to move into boosting our immune system by doing a series of movements here. And we want to step out to the side into that stacking of the bone stance. So shift the weight here. So you get the ribs, this is the shoulder, the ribs, the hip, the ankle, all in the pile. This knee's bent, this leg is straight. And so this is a stack of bones. Then we come over here and we see that the same thing is happening. You want to have the feet parallel and you want to be able to move comfortably from side to side. So we're here. Shift the weight into the heel. Let the hips turn a little bit so I'm looking this way. And now shift the weight into the toes. Push with the toes, land in the heel. And so now we're over on this side and I'm looking this way. So you push with the toes, land in the heel. Shift the weight, let the hips turn as we move from side to side. So now let's come to the center and we're going to start our immune boosting system. We've got our feet ready, we got our hips ready, and we start with standing on a boat. So we lift the arms, we're on the toes, and then exhale, come on down. So we do this one twice. So inhale, exhale. So last one of these. And now we gather chi from the brass basin and we expel it. We push it away. We come back here, we do the same on the opposite side. And then we draw the chi up and down. So inhale, exhale. Now we gather fresh chi, bring it in to the basin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, we draw the chi up from the earth, bring it down from the heavens. And now we expel turbid chi. Inhale, gather the chi from the earth. Exhale, bring it down from the heavens. And now fresh chi we draw in from the heavens and from the earth. Inhale, the dragon's back. Exhale with a turtle back. Expelling turbid chi. And bringing in fresh chi. Last cycle. So inhale, we draw the chi up. Exhale, bring it in to the brass basin. Inhaling. Exhale. And then we expel turbid chi. We gather fresh chi from the heavens, bring it into the body. All right, so we bring the feet back to their narrow stance, and we pull down the heavens here 3 times before we begin the Golden Chi Ball series. So, last one. All right, the Golden Chi Ball series starts with shaking the 9 gates. Your hands are wet. Shake the water off your hands. So you want to get the elbows, the wrists, and the shoulders involved. So start getting the shoulders to move up and down. And then we add in the hips, the knees, and the ankles. And now we twist the spine. So it's inhale, then exhale. Turn the abdomen, turn the ribs, turn the neck. And back to the front. Inhale here. And then exhale. We twist to the opposite side. The 9 gates, the places in the body where the flow of chi tends to get stuck, disrupted, restricted, because the joints are inflamed, congested, stiff, whatever. And so this movement is meant to get the chi moving out to the extremities. So the 9 gates, the elbows, the wrists, the shoulders, the knees, the hips, the ankles, the lower back, the ribs, and the neck. So it's inhale here, exhale here. Inhale, we're to the front, and exhale. So we'll do one more on each side. Should feel some tingling in your hands, should have a little bit of pink, a little bit of color going on. And this is us getting the qi to our extremities. Your hands and your feet should be warm as well. So what we're trying to do is get the heat to the feet, heat to the hands, cool down the head. Draw this qi in to the brass basin. And now, standing on a boat, our feet are still in that narrow stance, but we're involved a little bit more now with the small triangle, the large triangle, a dragon's back, and a turtle back. So just have a look to the side here. So standing on a boat, you come to the small triangle, lift the ribs, lift the chin. So it's a dragon's back, a turtle back, stretch the back. So inhale, we have a dragon's back, and we lift the arms. Exhale, a turtle back. We lower the arms. And you'll watch the hands in all of these movements. Focus your gaze on one hand or the other, or alternate from one to the other as well. So here we go. Standing on a boat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we lift the ribs, lift the chin, stretch the front of the body. Exhale, lower the ribs, lower the chin, stretch the back of the body. Exhale. We'll do two more of these. All right, so that was standing on a boat. Next is Phoenix ascends the flame. So it's inhale. We gather the qi from the earth. We come up with a dragon's back, small triangle. And then exhale, draw the qi in to the brass basin. So inhale. Inhale, we gather the qi up. Inhale, we come up, dragon's back, turtle back. And we'll do one more. All right, so the next one is a monkey leaps from a tree. So the feet are still in their narrow stance. For a monkey leaps from a tree, we pull the belly button in. So we have a dragon's back here. We reach up, we catch a parcel. We sink it down while we watch the parcel. Put the parcel down, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. We come back up and we catch the next one. So from the side, looks like this. Catch a parcel. So we have a dragon's back here. We sink down. And then we turn to a turtleback, coming back up. So exhale, we come down, we're on the large triangle, small triangle as we come up. And we sink down, we watch the parcel, the dragon's back here, turtleback as we come up. So we'll do a couple more of those. Exhale. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we come on down. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And we'll do one more of these. This is the last one. And that was monkey leaps from a tree. So the next one in the series is snake rises from the grass. Now you might want to have the legs just a touch wider because you're going to be bringing the hands down the inside of the legs. So snake rises from the grass. Snake rises from the grass, starts this way. We reach to the heavens. We pull some chi with our open hands to the back. So the wrist comes just below the ribs. We're covering the kidneys here with the fingers pointing down. We have a dragon's back. We stretch the front of the body. And then keeping that dragon's back, we come down the back of the hands against the legs, the inside of the legs. Come down as far as comfortable. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. We come back up on an inhale. Circle the abdomen. Come across the ribs. Drop the chi in to the brass basin. So from the side, looks like this. Gather the chi from the heavens. Bring it around to the kidneys. Stretch the front of the body. We fold forward with a lifted chin as we lower down, protecting the lower back. And then we come up the inside of the legs. Come around the abdomen and down in to the brass basin. So we'll do a few repetitions here. So inhale. Exhale. And exhale here. So inhale, gathering the chi. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, we come up. And exhale. Inhale, gather the chi. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, come up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, gather the chi. And exhale, fold forward. All right, last one. All right, that was snake rises from the grass. The next one is embracing the sun and the moon. And now we need to be in our stacking of the bone stance again. So shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all in a pile, knee bent, leg straight. Check the same thing out here. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all in a pile. Now, put the weight in the toes. Push with the toes, land in the heel. Let the hips turn so we're facing this way. Shift the weight to the toes. The hips naturally turn. Land in the heel. We're facing this way. So we're moving from side to side. So we have this movement happening. So let's check it out as we look to the side. Shift into the toes, land in the heel. Shift into the toes, push with the toes, land in the heel. Shift to the toes, push, and we land. So that's the idea of the movement that we do going from side to side. So embracing the sun and the moon, we're over here. The torsos, the hips are turned, we turn the torso, and we hold a chi ball here about shoulder height next to the body. And then exhale. We come down to the brass basin. We rise up on the opposite side. Exhale. Come on down. Inhale. Exhale. And you watch the hands as they rise up. And exhale. You watch the hands as they come down to the brass basin. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One of the things you try to do in working with the movement, with the music, is to make the moves slow and continuous so you reach the end of the movement when the chime sounds. Sometimes you get ahead, sometimes you're behind. Just adjust the movement to match as best you can. So we'll do one more cycle. Starting here. Last side. All right, now we bring the feet back into that narrow stance. And next we have gather the clouds to make a jade pillow. So for this one, you gather the chi from the heavens. We bring it to the back of the head, at the base of the skull. Open the elbows wide, lift the ribs, lift the chin. So a giant dragon's back here. And then exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. Inhale, we come up, opening wide, looking up. And then exhale, we massage the gallbladder meridian as we draw the chi down in to the brass basin. So from the side, we gather the chi. And then exhale, turtle back here. Inhale, we come up, dragon's back here. And then exhale, draw the chi down in to the brass basin. So do a few repetitions of these. So inhale. So inhale, we gather the chi. Exhale. Inhale, we come up. And exhale. We come on down. So one more here. And now we'll pull down the heavens 3 times to wrap up the Golden Chi Ball series. So gather the chi from the earth. Reach up to the heavens. Turn to the opposite side. And we come on. So once, twice. This is 1. And once more. All right, so I just want to talk about the get in the clouds to make a jade pillow, the one that we did just before this. And I had one of my students ask me after the live class on Saturday, she seemed to be rushed. And so going at the 4 beats per second, she felt like she was going faster than her body naturally wanted to move. So the correct answer to this is, as she did, was to take longer to do the movements. And so she went for 6. So, you know, the ding plus 2. Now all this meant was that she had to keep a count in her head, which again is focusing your mind on your practice to get it going. The whole thing about the music, well, there's 2 things. One is to focus your attention on the present moment on what you're doing. And the other one is to coordinate your movement and your breath to work at that uniform pace of either 4 seconds or 6 or 8, whatever seems to be working for you today. So it's not a requirement to do 4. If you need to do 6, well, that's good too. The thing is to move slowly and to move to the breath. And so the music is an aid for that. It's not something where it's like, I have to match the ding. No, the ding is there as a guide. And so when you hear it and you're going like, I feel rushed, find a rhythm that matches with you. So if it's 6 seconds, that's great. And if it's 4, well, that's fine too. But 1 is not a good plan, or even 2. We want to be moving slowly and we want to be moving to our breath. So now, after that long chat about the music and keeping your attention on it, we're going to do the 5 directions as our wrap-up. So we're into our stacking of the bone stance once again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we come forward. backward, to the right side, to the left side, to the center. Inhale, small triangle. Exhale, large triangle. Inhale, stack the bones to the right. Exhale. Stack the bones to the left. Exhale. Dragon's back. Turtle back. Last cycle. And that's the practice for today. So thank you for coming, folks.